What's up, y'all? I'm 87 Productions. This is episode 2 of my Forever World, and I've been on a little bit of a hiatus for this. Mainly because I have just been doing some other stuff, working on my main channel, but also making some ideas for this world. Now, behind me is our next project. It is expanding this marsh area with some more trees. I've designed 2 more loblolly pine trees, and oh man, that's bad thunder outside. And using one of these is B-Dub's tree from season 10, a small pine tree, and we're also going to mix in some oaks here. But we're going to build up this area, try to diversify it. Of course, if we take a walk over here, this is the marsh that we built in episode 1. You can see it's a nice area, but our loblollies are, you know, the same thing, just rotated around. But of course, we're going to add some of these dead trees that we can see here, and maybe some little pine trees like this again. But before we do that, I also want to tell you what I've been doing a little bit in the side, and that is this road sprout up. Of course, there's no lines painted in, but we can take this road with horses once I get one, and it will expand all the way out here until I go further. I have plans to go out this way. I've flattened this area out a little bit, and this way, and of course continuing it towards the other side of the gas station. But in today's video, we're gonna get some resources, probably upgrade some of our tools, and get these trees done. So let's get right into it. What's up, y'all? If you can see in the background, we have our forest finished. So let's go check this out right here. We have a couple of trees. I think it's like 8 or so, and we have just these small few pine trees, and I think it looks pretty good. It took a while, took a couple of days. Of course, I've been busy with school, but the next step of our process is actually going and getting texturing the bottom, the floor of this little extension of our marsh. And then later we might add some more trees. But let's go kill these pillagers in the background real quick. Yeah, these guys are pretty long ways away from home. Not gonna lie, I don't know where a pillager outpost even is. Oh man. Alright. Alright, that's the last one dead. Cool. Alright, so while I was gathering resources for our new trees, I went and did a little mining trip and came back with 70 deep slate diamond ore, and yeah, we are going to unpack all this. And of course I forgot the pickaxe, so let me get this real quick. Alright, so we're gonna get our diamonds in check. Let's get rich. Oh man, this is a good bit. This is like half the length of the gas station, and then it's stacked twice. So just imagine we put this side by side in one single row. That would be, and then we have it in a 1x1. That's pretty far. I mean, we're only getting like 35 blocks of, no, not even 35, I don't think. But when we sleep and we come back, we're going to harvest our goods. My guess is that we're going to end up with 90, above 94 diamonds. So yeah, let's get to digging and see what happens. we got well more than 90 diamond, 95, 94 diamonds. We're sitting at 158 diamonds right now. That is almost 2.5 stacks of stuff. So Fortune 3 came a long way, and now we are rich. For when we need to upgrade the netherite and all these different things, we definitely have the resources allocated to do that. Let's go put this stuff up. So I think in total we have 1, 2, 3, 4 stacks of diamonds plus 23. That is a buttload of jewels right there. Yeah, that's certainly a lot that we're working with. But our next step of business is actually getting this bone meal to use that we collected up, and getting the floor of this marsh forest extension done. We're just gonna get some grass in here. Make it look a little lively, as it's pretty flat down here. So this grass will go a long way into just making our forest look a lot more. There's a zombie down there. A lot more alive. So we're just gonna do it with bone meal, and then use some of our shears to kind of manipulate the grass a little bit more. Of course, we're gonna remove the flowers. We don't need flowers. And then we're just going to just hit right click with our bone mill and see where it leads us. Alright. I think that's the majority of our grass done. If we can take a look at it from a little bit higher up, definitely looks good. I will say that I wanted to leave a little bit of the grass, well, most of the grass on the side of our road here shorter, just because be a little bit harder for the grass to live right next to the road, and also right next to the tree stems, whatever they're called, just because the trees would be sucking up all the nutrients like the water, soil with the roots, so it'd just be a little bit hard for the grass to live. But overall, with the shading and everything else, the grass looks really good. Actually, it's turned out really well. Definitely adding a lot of life here. And the variations of heights in the grass too look good. Now, I did take out all the flowers, but I think we're gonna add a few back. And I think they're just gonna be white ones. Like that will look good. Alright, if you could see it, but you know, just adding these sporadically, very, very sporadically, act as like wild flowers will be good, just to kind of populate this area around here. But of course, we don't want a lot of colored flowers, just because that would distract from the entire environment. But using these white ones kind of helps work in the color that we're trying to go for, and kind of helps draw your eyes down, but not to a degree where you're distracted. But of course, this is going to be just little area, you know, nothing too major. Just an extension of building kind of this biome that we've set up here. And actually, let's get a look at this during the sunset. Oh man. Oh yeah, that looks good right there. That looks amazing. Let's go to... Oh, from a little bit higher up, the flowers don't look as good, but that looks nice. let's see how it looks from our best angle, including the whole marsh, which we worked on in episode 2. Oh yeah, that definitely helps bring it in. So if we could kind of get a forest going over here in the next episode. I mean, I don't want to be building trees for the whole series, but if we could get it going where we have a wider spanning area, that will really help settle in this whole what we're doing here. But of course, we have to get this area done. Now, I'm thinking about some small oak-ish trees. Not really two, just like 2. Maybe one right here in this kind of blank area that we have right here. And then one over here where this tree's kind of solo by itself, but I don't know if I really am a big fan of that idea. It would help diversify the area. It would kind of bring the sightline down a little bit, which could be helpful. Nah, I don't think so. But what we will add are some dead trees. We have the rest. Oh, actually, let me go clear out my inventory real quick. We have a bunch of resources left over from when we were building our trees, right? And these trees specifically are pretty tall, pretty lively. You know, you kind of have to be lively to sustain this kind of height, you know. But in the last episode, we built these dead trees over here. So, of course, these dead trees are, oh, I used white concrete? Oh. Why did I use white concrete? That's weird. But, of course, these dead trees actually add a lot of ambience to this. Because if you've ever been in the woods, there's always dead trees, right? They're like never don't survive that well. Of course, there's some that just aren't the best batch, and trees like these, where they're dead, help bring in the forest a lot more than all of them being alive. So we're gonna build some of these here today in this episode in this area, so maybe we can kind of clear up or fill in, I should say, some of these blank areas that we're dealing with these resources. So for our dead trees, we're going to use our birch wood, which we need to make more of. We're going to use diorite, white concrete powder, which we need to make more of, calcite, and we can go up the mushroom stems. Now we're also going to need pale oak slabs, diorite slabs, pale oak stairs, pale oak fence gates, and diorite wall. Now, the reason that we have our trees changing color, of course, is the shading. You know, as you get further down the tree, it's kind of the opposite of how Minecraft lighting works. Further up the tree, the branches are the densest and there's less light coming in, so it's going to be darkest up here. But as you go down, it's going to be lighter. But where I went wrong on these dead trees is, since they are like, they don't have any like leaves or branches, that stuff, they don't really get as dark, so the transition would actually be a lot slower. So our birch would extend probably up to here, then we start the gradient in, then it's our concrete, then it's our calcite, and then, you know, diorite last. So actually, I think I'm going to put back up these mushroom stems, and we're just going to focus on these main colors. If we sort them by shading like that. So let's let's go through and build our first one. So we're gonna start with our birch wood, just piling up. I think this is a fair height. Start our gradient, so we're just gonna do 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, boom, boom, boom. And then we're kind of lost here because, of course, calcite's kind of its own block, right? It doesn't really have any like blocks in its family. Now we could use quartz, but I don't want to. Quartz are too flat, so we're actually just going to use our diorite stairs. Holy crap! What button am I pressing? Okay. And we're gonna just do that, right? So then if we go over here, kind of comes to a point, kind of see where the tree died, I guess. We don't have to put, actually I think it would help if we did put a dead tree down here with the branches and all. But of course, these dead trees still grow enough, so they're gonna have these branches off the side. And in these new trees that I built, which I did build 2 new ones, they're a lot more prickly, I guess, with the branches on the side. A lot more lively with the branches on the side. So we're gonna kind of replicate that here. And as I tried to emphasize, this tree is a lot brighter. So, as opposed to these, which makes sense because they have the leaves over them. Which is a good thing. We're doing good so far. So let's go. Oh man, how am I going to get down from here without messing up the grass? Block clutch. Bang. Alright, I should be able to survive that. Yep. So I actually need to get some scaffolding. I forgot that. So let me go run and get this real quick. Alright, so we got our scaffolding here. We're just gonna build up to the height, or pretty much the height of, I think that's good, our tree. And we're just gonna have some branches we're gonna variate. If we want some bigger ones towards the, I think we're mostly gonna use our pale oak. Now, I did use diorite over here, but I do think it would be more appropriate to use our pale oak. So, let's just go here. We'll start with that. I think we can do that. That would be good. And let's extend up to here. I think that'll be good. Add a slab there, and then I think 2 right there, and then 1 right there. Oh man, I fell. Okay, that hurt. Just throw. I guess that works. Throw that right there. Another slab. I think we could do that. How's that look? I think that looks pretty good. So we're just going to break our scaffolding down. And I think before we build our kind of fallen tree bits, we're going to build the rest of these that we need to build. So let me check out how this looks. Oh yeah, you can definitely tell it's pretty striking actually. The difference. But it's a positive difference. That's what we need. So yeah, let's get a few more of these in after I sleep. Alright, so I restocked on our birch wood and the concrete powder, which we ran out of concrete powder and we almost ran out of birch wood. So let's think about where else we want one of these dead trees. So I think here would be good, right in front of this pine tree right here. That would probably be a good place to put it. I think we can also fit one in right here, kind of in between this triangle of trees. And then I think one more right here would be good. So let's start with this one. And we're just going to do the same thing we kind of did. Put a stair at the top. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Let's see if I can glitch right here. I may die. I really don't want it. You know what? Oh, bang! Let's go. I might be goated. Okay. I was thinking I was gonna die 100%. Alright. That's cool. That's awesome. So that's another tree gone. Or, I guess gone would be the wrong word. Down. No, that's up. That's another tree up. There we go. So that's that one. A little bit more variation. So definitely looks like it had a bit sharper of a cut as compared to this one. This one was not a good cut at all. And of course, nobody's cutting it. You never know how these things fall. They decay. Or, you know, they just kind of just get struck by lightning, you know? That's always the thing that happens. But did these trees really fall if nobody saw them? I forgot what the original quote was, so I might have messed that up. Alright, I want to do one that's a lot shorter. Let's get a good look here. Survey says... yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. But let's see what we can do over here. Now, this tree's already like pretty much brighter than the rest. I don't know if it's because it's kind of more in isolation. I think it's actually more or less the leaves. You can see up in the center, it's a lot less dense than, you know, where the ends of the branches are. So that's kind of why this one's brighter. Kind of same way with that one right there too. But yeah, let's just, you know, I kind of want it a little bit closer to the road. So I think right here on this block, and let's just go for the. Oh man, that's a long drop. Oh, what do we do in this situation? I guess scaffolding clutch again. All right, we just drop down right here. We should be good. Didn't work. Oh man, I lost a good bit of levels. Ah. Alright, guys, we have our trees done. Let's get a little bit more of a grand scheme of things. Get up on this hill right here. Oh yeah, that's a nice pop of color. Yeah, I like that. So let's think about some of these trees and how they would I think not all of them need to have their branches on the ground. I think that's a fair judgment. So, like, I think this one is just too short. Really. I think it's really the taller ones that we have to have. Now, I definitely think that this one should have some. But I think it would be cool if we actually had it blocking the road. I think that would be awesome to do. Have it here, just lying on the floor would be really cool. And actually add a little bit of world building, maybe? Or it add world detail, and then... This guy's really annoying. Hey, did y'all add another guy to your camaraderie? I swear it just used to be 4 in total. Oh man, I'm breaking the grass. I don't want this. Alright, so we're definitely gonna do that one. I think which one do I want to choose between this one and that one back there? Honestly, I don't think I choose a specific one. I think I just put a dead tree top here. lying there. And then whoever wants to claim it, they can find it out. You can look at each other, have a staring contest, and then, yeah. So, this, we'll put one here, and the road. Now, it's actually a matter of designing it. Fallen trees are pretty tough because they don't translate as well as these trees that extend up. They're a little bit more wonky to set this out. So if I want to do this, right, and that's the epitome of it, I do that. Boom, 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 boom. Right, and I do boom, 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 boom. That's pretty lengthy though, so yeah, that's better. And then we kind of just fluke it up over here. Alright, let's start with our stuff. So I think we go... Start with a diorite. We go here. Boom. 1, 2. Oh, this is kind of leaning one way. It's fine. Like that. That looks nice. Alright, well let me sleep. I guess we kind of have to build the branches and the leaves. Alright, so we have our stuff kind of lying here now. Now I kind of have to move this wildflower. I'm just going to put it right there. So we have... Oh, well, we're missing vanilla steps. I don't think I'm going to use them. Anyway, so... Like that. And then... This might end up looking a little funky, but... And we're a pretty bright area too, so we're gonna have to use our acacia leaves primarily, so... But I think if we just do this, then we kind of... Like that, boom, boom. It's gonna look a little funky and a little out of place, but... I think it'll grow on us. Alright, well... We have a start. I need to do this one here. I think we can definitely say that's fair right there. Alright, and then we kind of bridge the gap here, I think. Alright, well it kind of looks like a bush. Almost, which is, it's needed. But, doesn't really look like a dead, I mean, I think it looks cool. It looks pretty recent, you know? Yeah. Now, I do think, actually, what would go a long way is if we extend this out here, this branch. Yeah, that does a lot. Does a lot for it. Alright. I guess moving on to this tree here. Now, I know that a lot more dead trees are kind of, you know, they're a lot less leafy. I think we can write that one off as new. You know, maybe a bad storm. Got it. But I think this one, we can go into the mindset that it's been here for a while and it's kind of not that leafy. So I think we go up to diorite, and then we kind of just chill there. So, let's see. Do right, and then actually let me go make some more stairs and slabs. All right, so I got my stairs and slabs. We're going to we're gonna add branches here. We can kind of have them poking out you know, like have one going horizontally, like that. Then we can add our leaves. Of course, we're gonna have a lot of acacia, but we have to still kind of save them. But I do think that we mix in a fair bit of birch, just because these leaves, I mean, they're dying, so they should actually mostly be dead. So we kind of want to blend a good bit of brightness and stuff, but I think that works. That gets the point across pretty well. You can see that there's a tree in there for sure, and it's in the road. Nobody's really cared to clean it up, so yeah. Let's get another shot of this area now with our new additions. Now I think that looks pretty good. These branches, if you go to the ground level, like they kind of, I mean, along with the grass and the flowers, they add a lot of life to the bottom of it. And oh, that's free cam. Of course, it's kind of hard to have life in these places. I know B-Dubs season 10 had rabbits kind of leashed to the ground, well, leashed to a fence in the ground, and that worked. Oh man, but we can't really do that here. I mean, not yet. So adding foliage is the best way we could go. And I really think that's pretty good, actually. Let's see if I can make this jump. Oh man. Feel like Rocky. Alright. Yeah, this looks good. This looks real good down here. Yeah, I'm liking it. Yeah, this area goes a long way because, you know, of course, this isn't really that dense over here. So I think if we can draw this out to where it, like, goes through here, we kind of bring the marsh out with it too, and then kind of wrap it up around this one whole area. And then over time, kind of fill in this over here too a little bit. I think this area will look really nice from close and far away. So, and we haven't really checked out this area, this new area from this angle yet, and I think it looks really good. So honestly, I think we can call it right there. Yeah, it might be a short episode, might be a long episode, I don't know. I'm not editing it yet, but yeah, guys, just have a good day. Thanks for watching, and God bless. Thank y'all.